Hi! It has been quite a bit of time since I have been on here. This is actually my first time recording this video. I'm a mom. We're gonna see how long Mr. Connor here likes to nap on me. Typically when he does contact naps, they last quite a bit longer than any attempts in the crib or elsewhere. So hopefully he will keep sleeping for us. It has been a few months and I did not expect to be taking such a long maternity leave from YouTube. I really did anticipate having some sort of break, but I thought it would just be maybe a week, a couple of weeks. Thought maybe I would start posting on Instagram and then, get rolling back into YouTube. And wow, that has just not been the case for a multitude of reasons that I will share here in today's video. I did just want to share a little update video. I have so many other things that I want to share with you guys. I am at a point where I'm so excited to share on here again. I'm really looking forward to that. But I just wanted to start off by saying that this is our son Connor. I will share a little bit more about him and talk more about him in this video, and also just as time continues to go on. But this video is mainly just to share where I have been. The past 3 months have been such a sacred time for me to heal, to get to know Connor, to get to know our life together, our life as a family. And while I was pregnant, I had this note on my phone of all these things I wanted to record right after the hospital. During that time, I'm gonna try not to cry too much in this video, as I wasn't really sharing. It just felt right at the moment. It felt right to retreat and have that time for myself and for us. One of the biggest things I've learned over the past few months is just how precious time is, how fast time can go, and how you really never get that back. And becoming a mother, that is one of the biggest lessons that I have learned, and how it's so easy to get frustrated when you just want to get things done and there's laundry and there are people texting you and you have all of these things that you want to accomplish, but your baby only wants to sleep in your arms. I have just realized, especially in this kind of third month that we're in, that I don't want to rush this time, that he's going to be a teenager one day and he's not going to want to nap in my arms, and this is the right place for me to be in right now. And I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for giving me that time and space to spend with our son. There's also a whole other realm of not knowing how much I really wanted to share of Connor, how much I wanted to open up about when it comes to him. Of course, I'm kind of an open book when it comes to me, but that was something that we had talked about before giving birth and before having him. But when he was actually in my arms, it felt so much more real, and I felt kind of paralyzed and not knowing what I wanted to share, what I didn't want to share. And I do think now I'm kind of realizing where I want that balance to be. Secondly, the past 3 months have been so special. I think nothing can prepare you for having a child. Just the way that your heart grows, the way that your love is just unending, and that you would do absolutely anything for your baby. No one prepares you for just how incredibly special it is. But I also think that in a lot of ways I felt incredibly unprepared for just the changes that I would go through within myself in terms of my hormones, in terms of my emotions. I had heard a lot of people talk about the hormonal shift after having your baby, and I do plan on sharing my whole labor and delivery story. It was incredible. It was such a beautiful day, and I was on such a high after that. And then the crash that you have after that, and of course everyone's different. I'm not meaning this to scare anyone by any means, because I would do it again and again and again at this point, truly. But personally, my hormonal shift and drop was something that really caught me off guard, and it lasted for a while. And of course I had heard people touch on baby blues, postpartum depression, anxiety, and those are things that I would say that I have struggled with in the past, and so it was on my radar that it might be something I dealt with. And I think it's something that people touch on, but it's one of those things that I truly don't think you understand until you go through it, because it is absolutely wild, and just coupled with the changes that you've never experienced before as a first-time mom, a first-time parent, with a lack of sleep and the changes within your relationship and breastfeeding and learning nursing, which is a whole other realm that, you know, I had also heard that can be challenging, but to know the extent of that, of your baby losing weight and meeting with lactation consultants, and then we're gonna have to try to do triple feeding, that is just a whole nother realm that threw me for a loop. I remember when I was going through this feeling so just confused, because you're so in love, you're so thankful to have this baby that is fully yours, and you look at them and you see yourself in them, and it's so beautiful, but at the same time you're so confused. I remember at the time, I would say that this really peaked for me around the 1 month mark. People told me it gets better, believe me, it gets better. This isn't you right now, this is your hormones. After meeting with my midwife and really seeking help, I feel truly like a different person at this point. We're at the almost 3 month mark, and I can just tell you that they are right, it gets better. And if it's not, I would definitely encourage reaching out to people and opening up, because that is something that just made me feel immensely better during that transition. I'm really thankful that my physical recovery was incredibly easy. I think that has a lot to do with my birth experience that I'll share, and I can't even imagine having the mental recovery on top of the physical recovery too. I'm really thankful that that was not a part of my story. And for a while I questioned if I wanted to share this on here, because for one, it is very personal, and I do try to be a positive influence, and I really appreciated having positive influences when it came to motherhood and talking about raising a child within my friends and following different people online. But at the same time, if this is a part of your story, if you're watching this and you've dealt with this, or you know someone dealing with this, it doesn't mean that you're not enjoying where you're at. It's very real, and it's something that I think is important to be open about. Also, Connor is a little bit congested right now. If you hear him making some noises while he's sleeping, which that's another thing I've learned, newborns are incredibly loud when they sleep, but that is what that sound is. He's coming off of a cold right now. It truly takes a village. That is a phrase that I'd heard, and I'm gonna be honest, I kind of thought was a little bit cheesy. And up until this point, I think that I have really taken a lot of pride in being incredibly independent. I like to do things on my own. Even within our marriage, that was something that I really struggled with, was learning to depend on someone and lean on someone. When you have a baby, you simply cannot do everything on your own. And I think that every baby has a different temperament. I am very thankful that I have a wonderful Velcro baby who loves to be held, who always wants to be contact napping, who wants to be close, who does not ever want to be set down. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and I wouldn't want it any other way. But with that being said, it's impossible to clean your house, to make dinner, to run errands, to make appointments, to be a good wife, to be a good mom, to keep up with everything, to work. I think about parents who are going back to work within a full-time 9-to-5 office job. I can't even imagine. You simply cannot do it all. Aiden does work full-time, but I'm thankful he's from home a decent amount. He's able to help me. Aiden has been incredible during this. He has basically taken the reins on everything that isn't related to Connor and that is related to Connor throughout my labor and delivery, throughout my, recovery. In a way, you just grow so much more in love with your spouse, but it's also incredibly different. I think that this probably depends a lot on how much your baby is sleeping, but for us, we have been doing a lot of kind of night shifts because we are still waking in the night, which is incredibly normal at this age. And I used to feel like something was wrong. I was doing something wrong. He was doing something wrong. It is incredibly normal for babies to wake frequently in the night, and that's okay. I think about my family and how much they have stepped in to help out, especially my mom. There's something about becoming a mother yourself that just makes you appreciate your mom so much more. And wow, I never realized all the things that my mom sacrificed for having not one, but 5 children. And it's incredible. And again, I think it's one of those things you don't truly understand till you're in it. I think about my friends that have had kids and how I was not there in the way that I should have been. I should have just showed up and cleaned their house and brought them food and asked how they were. Think about Cash. Cash has been incredible during this transition. I know it's really hard for him as a dog. He has always been such an empathetic dog, and the times that I have felt down, the times that I have been so excited, he has just been there for me throughout my labor and delivery at home for part of it. He was just there. He comforted me, and I know he's just a dog, but if you guys know, Cash is a very big part of our family, and he still is. He too has just been so incredible throughout this. I don't have any videos of him meeting Connor or anything, but I do have a lot of videos of them just hanging out, and he's been so great and so gentle. And I also think about so many of you guys online, so many who could sense from afar and were just so kind and supportive and met me with so much grace and encouragement. Sorry, trying to move him out of the sunlight a little bit, but I've said this for years. I have truly the most incredible community, and I'm so thankful for you guys for just being patient and encouraging. I know it was probably confusing just seeing me drop off, especially after sharing so much during my pregnancy. For what's to come, I am really unsure about how much of a schedule I'm gonna have at this point. Actually, I'm very sure that I will not have a schedule. I'm gonna see how much I can keep up with right now while being a full-time mom, because that is 100% where I am right now. That's 100% where I want to be. I don't want to miss, you know, any of the things. Just, it's so crazy seeing how much he has developed just in the past few months, and starting to smile, starting to coo and kick around and really interact with us. It's so special. I am hoping to share whatever I can in the capacity that I feel comfortable. And again, one of the biggest things I've learned throughout this journey is that everyone is doing the best they can. Everybody's making it work, and that's 100% okay. I can't fathom judging any parent for the choices that they make. That is something that I've learned, whether you are into different parenting styles or do something different with your kid. I really believe everyone is doing their best and doing what works for them. And lastly, I just wanted to share that if you are currently going through your 4th trimester, if you are experiencing postpartum, if you feel like your life is kind of messy right now, that's okay, that it can still be so beautiful. When I look back on the last 3 months, it has been so nice not really caring about how I looked, just getting to rest and be with my baby. I'm so thankful for this time. And with that being said, I have entirely missed creating videos. The other day I started working on my birth video, and it felt so good to do something again that just made me feel creative, that was just for me. And that's okay. That's okay to have that experience too, of getting back into that. And I do think it's important to keep up with those things as a mother, but it's okay to take your time. It's okay to be slow. I really do wish that everyone had that time, and I recognize that I'm super blessed to have that. And a large part of that is because of what I do, and I'm really, really thankful for that. My camera's about to die, so thank you guys so much. I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye, friends.